It's the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, comrade? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our very special guest, Aria Black.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
I'm not bad. How about yourself?
Good. Welcome, Bristolian Dave. Hail. How's it going, y'all? Let's drop the link for this campaign. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. This is your first time on the channel, so thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Yeah, first time on here, but I've been watching for a little while. I watched your stream last night as well with the Love Pigeon.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that was a fun one.
You always put a good show on here.
Oh, thanks. Seeing as how it's your first time on the channel, let's get to know you better, shall we?
Awesome.
Welcome, Balzette. What's up? So would you take a moment and share with us more or less what your origin story is? How were you raised? What were you into as a kid? What kinds of like pop culture were you?
Right, my origin story.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so it all started when I was bitten by a radioactive comic book artist. So I've, ever since I was like the smallest kid, I've always been into comic books. I've always been the comic book, in school, the comic book geek. I was that guy. And like right from a really early age, I realized I was decent at drawing. So I was the sort of the artist of the class in school.
Ah.
I was always drawing Spider-Man and all that, and the Ninja Turtles. And so as I just got older, kept drawing, I found, my comic book collection grew, and I started finding things I enjoyed, like Sensational She-Hulk, which is my favorite comic book. And I started finding artists I like Todd McFarlane is probably one of the first artists I started collecting, regular issues of. Discovered things like that, and so I just progressed through school doing art and all that, with the intention the whole time of becoming a comic book artist. I sort of had that goal straight away. Wow. I knew what I wanted to do, but at that time the goal was to work for Marvel, right? Because obviously this is the days before ComicsGate was even a thing, and as a young kid I had no idea what indie comics were. They were just cool drawings on pages, weren't they? So to me, that like comic books was just Marvel and DC. That was it. And so as I got older, then drawings progressed. Eventually, I ended up going to college, or I guess high school in the States, where I take a art course, and then that's where I start properly experimenting with cartooning. And this part of the origin story, I guess, leads into also the origin of Taylor's, my ComicsGate book. Mm-hmm. Because when I was about 16, 17 years old, I was in college taking a mix of art and then science courses. So I was taking mathematics as well.
Okay, all right.
And it was the end of the year. We had the final big test, and anyone who knows me would tell you I am not one for mathematics at all. So I'd sort of coasted my way through the year, getting minimum passing grades to get me through the final exam. And then when I sat down on the day, it just all went blank. I opened the paper. Question 1, I had no clue. I couldn't answer a single question in this paper.
Oh man.
So I'm sat there with like 2.5 hours on this exam and nothing to do. So I flipped the paper over and I start drawing this cat. And it's a cat in a stripy jumpsuit. It's got this laser gun. And then, of course, at the end of the exam, the people come around, they collect your papers, you walk out, and that was the end of it. And at that point, I was worried what my parents were going to say. So, like, I've got very, very, very strict Mexican parents, and a fail on a maths exam was not going to go down well.
Oh man.
So I was walking out all nervous because I didn't answer a single question in that paper. But then I had to do an art project for when I was in college. And I'm thinking about cartooning and drawing comic books, and I think, hang on a second, that cat I drew that's kind of a cool idea. So for that year, I made my art project the earliest iteration of Taylor's. And that's where he started. That's where he came into my life.
Oh wow.
So that's the origin of Taylor's. And then I sort of forgot about him for a few years. What I can do later is show you a couple of the early pictures of Taylor's from this time period.
Cool.
They are a sight to behold. So after college, I decide I'm going to go to university. I'm going to study illustration. And by the end of my 3 years in university, I'm going to be a wicked comic book artist. That was the goal. But then I went to university and quickly realized that the course was designed for you to pass your tests, to pass your exams.
Mm-hmm.
It was not designed to make good artists. And I think that's the same for any sort of art degree you can do in the UK. So I was on this art course, 3 years in, realizing I'm not doing anything. I'm not getting any better as a comic book artist, and I was barely drawing comic books because they were giving me all sorts of different weird projects that I had my heart wasn't in it. So we're 3 years in, and I've hardly drawn any comics, and I was hardly drawing at the time. I was just sort of coasting, I guess, waiting to get good at drawing, and obviously that never happens. So by the end of the 3 years, I realized, oh no, I've got 6 months left or whatever before my degree's over, and I've wasted my time here. So I set myself a task of drawing the first ever Taylor's mini comic as my final project in university. So I do that, and then 6 months later, I've got a 6-page mini comic, all inked, all colored, ready to go. And then as soon as I was out of university, I was selling that book like mad.
Really?
So yeah, and then that was the first Taylor's mini comic 2 years ago. Since then, I've released a total of 4 Taylor's mini comics, and currently working on number 5 and number 6 simultaneously.
Holy moly! Let's. I better catch up on chat here. Wolverine is asking, how does a man have that much hair and yet have that much forehead?
Oh my god!
All right, this is an important question, so we need to get this answered.
The forehead runs in the family, and the hair, I guess I'm a distant relative of Alan Moore or something. I don't know.
Aria is awesome. I can't wait for his book.
Thank you, Dave.
Kami Mark, welcome. Hail WyzGyz. Hail Aria. Hail the chat. Hail the mods. Hail you folks. Hey, welcome Wolverine. Hail CGUK. Welcome Bowser. That's what's pretty cool. Hail spam. You know, the funny thing is I haven't had much spam in a while. Usually I get the one that appears immediately after you complete a stream.
Yeah.
It is basically a link, hyperlink to porn.
Is Mark filling up our chat with spam today?
Thanks for dropping the links. Yeah, sign up for Talus.
Thank you, Dave.
How you be? Good man, chilling for a bit before my show later. Bangs. All I'm saying is look into the power of bangs.
I don't think that's for me.
Welcome, Daniel. Good to have you. Hail, all of you. COVID Kev. Good to have you. Oh my gosh, it's People Circus. Welsh Takeover.
Me and People constitute the two members of ComicsGate Wales.
Nice. Hashtag ComicsGate Wales.
We're too strong.
Nice. Spam. Yay, porn. Oh my gosh. Let's rewind a bit. So I still haven't come fully. I still don't understand how UK education works. Did you say that what you guys call college is the equivalent to what we in the US call high school?
Yeah, something like that. The like ages you start the schools are a bit different, I believe. But it's like I'm pretty sure it's what you call high school.
All right. Yeah, because we've got elementary school, then grade school, and then grade school. Well, actually, junior high is like 6th and 7th grades. Then high school is 8th through 12th grades. Then when you leave high school, then traditionally you go to college. You either go to a 2-year, go for a 2-year degree, which will tend to allow you to focus on a specialization, or you go into a 4-year for a longer degree, which is what we call a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, I've got Mexican cousins, so I'm half Mexican, half Welsh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got this WhatsApp chat with all the cousins in it, and whenever I'm trying to tell them about university, or when they're trying to tell me their stories, no one gets it. The school systems are so mismatched between the different countries. So yeah, when I say college, I was 16, 17 years old, and then university was like 2 or 3 years ago now.
Yeah. When it comes to high school, it's like out here in the States, we're basically assigned a curriculum. So you get all these quote unquote core classes like math, English, science. And you usually have an opportunity to choose an elective, whether it be a sport or foreign language or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And then usually when you graduate from high school, you start thinking about what you want to specialize in. And then kind of go in that direction. And then if you already know what you want to get into, then you try and find a college or university that is well known for that field of study, that has a good reputation. Otherwise, if you're still kind of up in the air, you end up going to like a junior college like I did and take general education courses, which is like a more expensive version of high school because you're still taking math, English, history.
A bit of everything then.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And it gets so expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was the big problem I have with university. I think the lack of quality for the price.
Yeah.
Because over here it's starts at $9,000 a term, so you could be paying over 20 grand a year for your education. And you don't want to get me started on this because I've got some strong opinions about art schools now and paying for shitty degrees, really.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in college, I took some art classes, and I don't think there was really in my junior college any specializations in the art field.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take things like some fine art courses. You could take light and shadows. You could take painting. You could take figure drawing. And there was one course I started taking before I had to cancel it due to, taking too many units and being overloaded. But there was a course where I was learning about designing logos and things like that.
Yeah.
And trying to do like fine or illustration, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those courses were fun, but I was also, at the same time I was taking general ed, I was taking electronics courses. So I was trying to cram everything into 2 years, but ended up taking me 3.
Oh, wow.
Because there's just so many courses. And I don't know if it's the same general rule in the UK, but in the States, they say for every unit of schooling, every unit is roughly 1 hour of coursework in front of before an instructor.
Yeah.
So for every unit of your class, expect 3 to 4 hours of 3 to 4 hours of time spent in the lab or doing homework. And so I had trouble keeping up with 16 units. So that's 16 hours of school per week. Actually, yeah. So
it's sort of similar in the UK, a bit different though. Like, so when you go to your college or high school, I guess for you guys, you can either specialize straight away, do one thing, or you can do 4 different options. So, which is what, despite knowing I wanted to be a comic book artist, that's what I did, 4 different options. So I took art, computer science, psychology, and mathematics. I don't know why. It was wasting my time. I have not touched those subjects since I left like 6 years ago now. And then when you go to university, people tend to specialize. But then on top of that, if you want to be an artist in the UK, you're really limited as to what sort of education you can, like formal education you can get. In your lower grade schools, art is just not a thing. There's a lot of obviously not many people care about art when they're in the smaller schools, so there's very few pupils who are actually interested. And then the ones that are, they don't teach you proper artist techniques or methods or anything. It's just put some paint on a canvas and you've passed, kind of thing. And then as you go up, the art teachers seem to all be fine artists, where their work is more about expressionism and, dots on a page instead of actual form and focus and texture. So there's very little technical education available in the UK, unless you happen to find, a unicorn of a art school around here.
Right. Bells, that's having some connectivity issues, I guess. This app is being aggravating. So much lag. I thought everyone did. College in the UK is 16 to 18. Okay. Yeah. That's roughly what high school is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the 25-year-olds there who haven't moved on.
Yeah, they keep getting held back, or they intentionally fail their courses because they don't want to move
Too
forward.
scared to move, to leave the comfort of school.
Yeah, exactly. But the funny thing about our junior colleges is it feels like just an upgraded version of high school.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel much different. One of the distinctions usually from junior college and university is that with the university, you're often like moving further away from home, or you're moving into off-campus housing, or you're moving into like a dormitory, which is on-campus housing. And
that's what I did.
That's where you hear about all this talk about, sororities and things like that. And 16 to 18. Yeah, by the time you leave high school in the States, you're pretty much about 18 years old. We have school till 16, then college and sixth form, 16 to 18, then university after that. Oh. But you can go back and do a degree in university later. I did a degree straight off, then went back last year to do a master's. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, damn.
I respect anyone who pursues higher education. I mean, I personally don't hold much value in higher education in general, but I appreciate when people put in the effort and the work and are willing to go into debt for it.
So we can address Dave as Master Bristolian Dave now.
That's true, Master Dave, Master Bristolian Dave. I did a degree straight off, then went back last year to do a master's degree. You hear that, people, Circus? Another Welsh Mexican. Is he also part Mexican? Welshican. That's awesome. Is Aria people's son? All right, that begs the question: was people angry when he learned of Aria's failing the math test?
See, I'm the new guy on the block in CGUK, so
you got to go through the hazing.
Yeah.
I know you couldn't make it up. Hello, stencil artist Yan. Hello there.
Hi, Yan.
General Kenobi. 9 views and 6 likes. Drop them likes, comrades. Love that shit, people. Yan, Yan the like button. Oh my gosh. Yan.
Hey, we've got a good little crowd today, haven't we?
Yeah, Yan is a verb. You guys in CGUK are so popular. Smash that like button as hard as Jabba wants to smash Yan. Oh, yes. I am here, you. I am here, you know. I tried doing that, Mark. Broke my mouse. Well, I don't see Jabba, so this seems like a safe place for your ass. Welcome, Eric McIntyre. Hey. And now that I said that, I must leave. Have a wonderful day, brethren. Take care, Eric. Thanks for popping.
Eric.
Welcome, Doomsday Kingdom Army. Hello. We usually start first year college with basic witchcraft. Second and third, more animal sacrifice and rituals. Oh, that explains it.
I concur.
Yeah, I mean, I never went down that branch of witchcraft. I guess I was too goody two-shoes or something.
Yeah. Only the tough ones survive.
Oh, man. I guess so. For everyone just joining us, make sure you sign up for the tail list mailing list so you don't miss it.
Thanks, Dave.
Love Pigeon, welcome. Caw-caw. I already call him Master Dave. Someone has to be the dominant. Yeah, Love Pigeon is a sub. He's a bottom. Commie Mark says, there's nothing you can learn at university that you can't learn for free off an Indian child on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Welcome, Niam. True, Mark. You're not wrong. Yes, people is Mexican.
I thought I was the only one.
I prefer Mexish rather than Welshican. I'm always the dominant one. Yeah, with that comic book collection you have, I can see why. So how did your parents react when they found out you?
Oh, they didn't find out. See, being good at art, I photoshopped my results.
Oh my gosh!
I got the paper in the mail with the results on it, scanned it, photoshopped them to all passing grades. They unless they hear me right now, they don't know.
Oh my gosh! You clever bastard!
Very crafty.
Very crafty. Oh my gosh! Welcome, Alejandro VS. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome, Happy Blobfish Productions. Hey, I'm about to go take a nap, but wanted to wish you a good stream. I thought the name Aria sounded female, and was surprised he was just foreign.
Foreign. See, when I joined the CGUK group chat, until like 2 weeks ago, they all thought I was a lady.
No.
I posted a video, and I've got a beard. I got a beard, and they're all, "Whoa, Aria's not a girl."
Oh, I thought they were gonna say, "Oh, he's a bearded lady." Aria's awesome. I'm going to be on his show soon. Nice.
Yeah. So Alejandro is going to be the first of a few guests to come on my show. We're going to do some shorter interviews and pitches for our respective ComicsGate books.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, it's good to promote. Definitely good to promote. All right. Yeah, you can be a creator and a promoter at the same time. Welcome, Wolverine. Look at this fresh-faced child with his Photoshop. When I was young, we did that shit with a ballpoint pen. Oh, man. Man. That's pretty impressive, though. Did you just give yourself passing grades, or did you go over?
Just passing grades. I wasn't fooling anyone if I said I got full marks.
Well, how did you ace these classes suddenly? The teachers are really improving. Great job, Aria. Oh my gosh. So you knew from a wee little lad that you were going into comics from the get-go, basically.
I've always had that goal. I sort of lost track of it. Like I said, when I started university, and then end of university 2 years ago, I was like, right, time to knuckle down. We're going to do this. And then 4 mini comics later, here we are.
Wow. So you were, let me see here. Aria, I'm Gabe. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice
Hope
to meet
your
you.
day is well. Bye now.
Okay, bye.
Welcome, Randy Siplon. Hail.
Hail, Randy.
Oh, yeah. Tell WyzGyz about the Teen Titans.
Right. So you were on with the Love Pigeon yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I watched your stream. I know he mentioned it briefly. So I guess you've all heard of CGUK, the big boys. They do their stream every week. So 4 of us have got together. We're doing a CGUK Juniors show now. The new guys in ComicsGate. So current working title, Teen Titans. That's the name of our show. We're going to be live every Monday.
All right.
The members are Jacob S. Gotex, myself, Britt Bristolian Dave, and Jim the Love Pigeon. What we're going to do is every Monday we're going to alternate the channel and stream that day with a different topic. So the next stream is on Jacob S.'s channel. Go subscribe to him. And this stream on Monday is going to be Name the Show.
Name the show. Oh, okay. All right. So it may not, in the end up being Teen Titans.
Teen Titans currently. We'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
I quite like the name myself, but we'll see if the chat can come up with anything better.
All right.
You
So
know how ComicsGate chats are.
I guess the next question is, are you Starfire?
Am I? Oh no, not Starfire. I wish I was. She's my favorite. I guess I've taken the role of the goth chick, so I'm Raven.
Oh, okay. All right. You're so Raven. So
I am the Raven.
wasn't sure if you get that reference. Do you guys have a member who's taking on the Starfire role?
Who is Starfire? I have a feeling it's Dave, Bristolian Dave. We have a little intro ready to go. I have a feeling it's Dave.
I'm waiting to see if you guys do a "I am not Starfire" announcement.
We are not CGUK. It's going to be good. Check it out on Monday.
Yeah, check it out Monday. Mexish sounds like he just stepped in something.
Stepped in some Mexish.
Teen Titans Unite. I'm Arishikan. People feel so old. The audience is going to pick. I'm thinking people are just going to go with Teen Titans because that's a pretty good name.
I like it.
I'll get some links. Me. Not gonna get claimed. I don't know. Would it?
We have a little spin on it. You'll see.
Ah,
Tune in Monday and you'll find out.
yeah, I can just change the characters ever so slightly.
Much in the style of not Daredevil, we have a
Not the Teen Titans.
somewhat similar.
Aria's channel. ComicsGate MC ComicsGate face or ComicsGate ComicsGate.
That one doesn't sound too catchy to me.
Dave is Starfire. I make a beautiful Starfire. Oh my gosh. I am sexy in spandex. Oh my gosh. Please don't share those photos. I don't want to throw bleach in my eyes. I mean, it really comes down to who has the biggest, nicest tits. Here's Love Pigeons.
Right, Dave, get your tits out.
Don't let them see you. They'll steal your gender swap idea. True. Jacobus is linked. It's up to me, Aria, Love Pigeon, and Jacobus, so you don't miss out on the future of CGUK as we leave the old fogies behind. We are not the Teen Titans. There you go. That's a good one. I like that too.
I like that.
If it comes down to the nicest tits, it's me. I'll DM you this.
Lucky WyzGyz.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We'll have another episode next week. Audience picks the nicest tits.
Man, you've got all this content ready to go. You got all the content. How dare you? Dave looks fabulous in spandex. Maybe Dave can conveniently redirect the spandex photos to people's DMs. Slide into people's DMs. We are witnessing the birth of a creepypasta. Like a water balloon that's ready to burst. Oh my gosh. Niam will knit all the costumes. Everybody in not the Teen Titans, be sure and send all your measurements to Liam. I don't need a DM Wise any pics. Everyone sees my tits on a weekly basis. Oh man, CGUK greatest tits.
That's the one.
Oh man. Oh my gosh, that's good. It sounds like greatest hits, but it isn't. That's too funny.
It's even better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, good golly. So you're since you had the drive early on to go into comics and you tried to take classes that were relevant, well, you ended up with that psychology course.
Yeah, that went nowhere.
Did that help in any way into like understanding characters, personas, emotions that indirectly contributed to helping you become a better storyteller?
I never saw it that way. My biggest influence as a comic book artist is a combination of early 90s comic books and 90s cartoon shows. That's the main inspiration. The psychology, I guess, that's actually interesting. Maybe I can look into that in the future. But I haven't thought about it up until this point.
What kind of cartoons did they show
So
you were growing up?
So I grew up on the X-Men, the animated series, in Spanish.
Is that right?
I don't speak Spanish, so I didn't know what was going on. But the flashing images in the X-Men are so cool, and the theme too. I love that show. There's the X-Men, there's Spider-Man, Batman, the animated series, and then I had a lot of Spanish VHS tapes of like the original Ninja Turtles and Masters of the Universe and early Spider-Mans.
Oh, cool.
That's what I grew up on. That's how I got into because obviously I watched the shows before I got into comic books as a little kid. You know, X-Men animated series was the big one for me.
Nice. Moves count now? They count now.
They've always counted.
That's like if I'm not mistaken, it's a reference to oh shoot, is it the Rise of Skywalker? Where the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, the Disney sequel trilogy, where they're commenting on stormtroopers.
Yeah.
They fly now? They fly now. Moves count now? They count now. They have to count. We can't get the women to show theirs. Oh, gosh. Move supremacy. I love X-Men, the animated series. Yeah, I watched some of that. I guess I somehow missed out on the Batman animated series, but people are often raving about it.
Yeah.
They say
that was sort of the big one of the superhero collection on that.
I used to watch Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, you had Iceman, you had Firestorm.
Yeah, you had Firestorm. There was a really odd collection of characters to go alongside Spider-Man in that show.
Yeah.
Not ones you'd see anywhere else.
Yeah. Gotta say SFW this time, safe for work. That way I don't have to nuke my account. Oh, gotta stay safe for work. Oh, okay. This time, damn it, I'm always too late. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was the best Spider-Man cartoon. Yeah, you missed it, Wolverine. Oh, man. So how many, if you were to calculate roughly, well, I know you're not good at math, but if you were to calculate how how long you've been working on the whole Tailless IP/franchise. How long had it been going on? Like 4 years, 5 years?
So I came up with Tailless during that maths exam we were talking about 8 years ago. I then didn't touch the character for, say, 4 years probably. And then when I was 20, I'm 22 now, that's when I decided, right, we're going to knuckle down. And Tailless was the character I used to figure out how to draw comic books. So it is about an 8-year time frame with a gap in the middle where I didn't touch Tailless.
Now you're literally self-taught, right?
Yeah, I've got a university education, but they did not teach me how to draw comic books. I took my character Tailless and then through that figured it out for myself.
Were you one of those students who, like, even though the courses were not relevant to your career goals long term, did you like reach out to the instructors and say, hey, can you give me advice on, the industry, the comic book industry, or give me some insight as to what I should be studying, learning, improving on?
So my teachers were actually really good at what they do, but they weren't comic book artists. They were one was a 3D modeler and one was a digital illustrator, so he did a lot of paintings and that sort of thing. So I got some good lessons out of that part of my education, but they were always pushing me to do their things or the things that would get me marks on the course. Whenever I strayed from the path and did something comic booky, I'd get marked down badly for it. So it was, like I said, it wasn't until that last year I decided to somewhat rebel and then make my first comic book the final project.
Gotcha. Common Mark says, I really wish I had my own private former Soviet nuclear sub, but I'd settle for a YouTube sub.
Everyone sub to call me Mark.
Very clever.
And then go back, not Daredevil.
Yeah, for sure. Asian guy mocking a Mexican over his poor math reported. Hey, I'll have you know, people, that I no longer fall under the categorization of Asian. I am a white supremacist. Thank you very much.
Cancelled.
Yep. You're a cruel woman, Belzette. So you basically, since this is your property and everything, and since you self-taught yourself to draw and everything, you're basically doing everything, aren't you? You're doing everything from story to pencils, inks, colors, letters.
Yeah, everything. So the way I've told Tailless, much like a cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon, is through mini comics so far. So each mini comic is 6 to 8 pages, and they're more or less just a big fight scene. Each comic isn't related to the next one, so there's no through story through these. They're just a brief look into the Tailless universe at different points in time, totally unrelated, and really there's no through line. There's no canon through these. The only consistent thing is Tailless and his friends on their adventures in outer space. So basically, what this collection that I'm going to be launching on Indiegogo soon is going to be is a collection of these mini comics before I launch a full-sized in canon Tailless story.
Okay.
And just to be clear, this is a collection of mini comics in one deluxe book.
All right. So the 6 mini comic stories are all in a single volume.
Yeah, in one volume.
As opposed to 6 individual books.
Yeah. See, what I've been doing so far is, if you scroll back up to that image, I've released the first 4 as floppies on eBay.
Okay.
And they've sold quite well. They've kept me going for now. But anyone who's looked for them in the past week or so will find the eBay listing is down. I'm getting ready for this launch on Indiegogo.
Oh, okay. All right.
So anyone who has the floppy comics, they suddenly became more rare. And yeah, the next 2 comics you see on that image that are yet to be released will not be released as floppy comics. They will only be released through this collected edition.
Alrighty, cool. When you were selling it on, do you say
On eBay.
eBay? Were they the physical copy, physical books, or are they?
I was printing the physical copies at home. I've got invested in a pretty decent printer. Printed them, making them, and then signing and selling them on eBay, along with a lot of interesting merch, badges, stickers, etc.
Oh, nice. And for those in the States, badges are what we in the US call pins or buttons. Cool.
Yeah, see, one thing you do with indie comics, especially ComicsGate, is put a lot more time and care into your product. So what I was sending out, although it was homemade, was a very, very nice quality product. Paper and printing was a lot better than what you get out of the mainstream these days.
Let me see here. Lol. Double reported that. You can be a white supremacist, Wise. Asians are white folk now, after all. Yeah.
He's right, isn't he? I've seen the news.
Yeah. You know, pretty sweet. You get a taste of all these different backgrounds and perspectives.
And should I tell you about the bonus section I've got going on?
Was it?
This bonus section here on your screen is so there's going to be 2 parts of this collected edition. First part is going to be all 6 Tailless mini comics. So the second part, which is going to be equally as big page count wise, is going to be a deep dive into the creation of Tailless. And since I told you it wasn't too long ago that I first created Tailless and have been developing Tailless, I actually still have every single image ever since the start. Apart from that very first one, which I said got taken away in the exam, I have every single image, every single idea, every single story that I came up with for Tailless. That's all going to be included in the bonus section. You're going to see the complete development of this character from when I started to his current ComicsGate iteration.
Oh, cool. It's really neat looking at the earliest works. See how they were originally designed and the modifications you made to bring it to the character it is today.
Yeah, he started out, when I first started drawing him, the idea was to make him like a newspaper comic strip style character. It would be funny and he'd be skinny. I didn't like that idea. Today, with me joining ComicsGate, he's now this super buff, spandex clad, 6 foot tall, intergalactic vigilante. Proper 90s style comic book.
So in all the iterations, he pretty much has huge ears, right?
Yeah. So he's a cat. Some people don't pick up on that straight away, which I think that's okay. But he started out me just trying to figure out how to draw a cat, and then he went through a stage of looking like a dog, that middle picture specifically, but now I've developed into a point where he might not look quite like a cat that we'd see on Earth today. But remember, he is an alien, he's in outer space, and I think he's got quite a cool identifiable silhouette.
Yeah, that's what they say is when you're creating a new character, how does your character look if you do a silhouette of him?
Yeah.
If you do a silhouette and it's recognizable, then you've got a good character.
So if it went for his whiskers, you'd say that's Wolverine, but he's got those 3 prongs on the side of his face, so that's tailless.
Yeah, he sort of looks like a melding, at least to me, of a cat, a rabbit, and a dog.
Yeah. Only Mark thought he was a rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, with the flaring, are those considered whiskers then?
Yeah, I think of them as whiskers.
All right. Yeah, that portion makes me think, how they drew Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
And he's got these big old cheeks sticking to the sides.
But yeah, he's an alien. He's not supposed to look 100% like a cat we'd see today.
But, true.
Yeah.
True. Plus lots of awesome tailless merch, pinups, and fan arts. Even more behind-the-scenes content.
Yes.
It's my turn.
Like I was saying with the eBay listings, I was selling a lot of interesting merch. And I fully intend to carry that trend on with this franchise. So I want to get even more pins, badges, trading cards, anything I can, anything that's going to be a bit more unique. I really want to do trading cards. I'd love to eventually build a small collection of tailless cards that you could probably battle with each other, trade,
Oh, okay. Like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon?
Yeah. So we're going to, obviously it's early days with this campaign. I'm going to figure it out. When you sign up to this mailing list, you're going to receive some sort of free exclusive signed merch. I'll make sure I sign everything. So, because it's early days, we don't know what it is, what it's going to be, but it will be cool, it will be exclusive, and it will be signed.
And since you were originally selling via eBay, how did you handle merch? Did you basically make available each product as a separate item for sale?
I was selling the individual comics on separate listings, so you could get issue 1 on its own, issue 2 on its own, etc. And then I was selling with each release a merch pack, which contained all comics up to that point, plus all the tailless merchandise. So what you were guaranteed to get was 4 comics, a badge pack, a sticker pack, and then on top of that, I would throw in a bunch of stickers and prints that I made myself at home in the pack. So you were ending up with, some people, almost 10 items.
Wow, holy cow! But you weren't like setting them up to be the equivalent of perks or tiers on Indiegogo, where there's a different price for each of the extra bonus goodies, bonus merch.
No, it was every time I released a new mini comic, there'd be the new mini comic on a separate listing, and then there'd be a listing for the new merch pack.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. This really reminds me of 90s cartoons like Biker Mice from Mars. If you like TV shows, you should give me a sub.
Dave's the movie channel for CGUK. Head on over this channel, subscribe, because we're gonna when Teen Titans are on Dave's channel, we're gonna be doing a bunch of movie stuff. It's gonna be great. His videos up already. His movie reviews and media collection videos. They're really fun to watch, really interesting. This guy likes DVDs.
So do I. I'm big into physical media.
Yeah, same. I think most comic collectors are.
Yeah, I don't have any subscriptions to streaming services right now. Welcome, Black Rose Comics. Hey. Good to have y'all. Oops. Unlockable 7th mini comic.
Right. So this is the biggest, I guess, the biggest perk of them all. So upon full funding of this campaign, we will unlock a 7th mini comic added to the collection. And this mini comic is going to be extra special because it's going to tease my next Indiegogo release, which will be a full-size Tailless issue.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to hop onto the bigger story, the larger canon, you want to get this campaign funded because this 7th mini comic will be the start of the Tailless story proper.
Hmm. Now, you call these mini comics, are they the size of a traditional comic book? Or are they like A4, A5?
Yeah, so when I was releasing them as floppies, physically they were the size of a standard current American comic book.
Okay. All right.
Page count, episode 1 is 6 pages, and then from then it goes to 8 pages. Each book was 8 pages. The 2 bonus books we have that are coming in this collection, one is 6 pages long. The second, which is a crossover book with another ComicsGate character, which I'll tell you about later, is going to be a 4-pager. This 7th mini comic is going to be a 4 to 8 pager. So if you add all those up, if we unlock the 7th mini comic, we will have an approximate page count of 50 pages of just comic book story alone. On top of that, add the bonus section.
Cool. Let's see, unlock the 7th mini comic upon successful funding of this campaign. I was trying to get a closer look at I guess it's his buddy or his partner.
Yeah. So the green guy is Jet. He's the pilot in this team. So 2-man team, Tailless and Jet. Tailless is the star of the show. He's the lead man. He's got all the know-how and the wits to be a intergalactic vigilante. And then his friend Jet is the pilot / technology man. He's the one that comes up with all the gadgets. He knows all the tech nonsense.
Is he wearing shades? I'm trying to find his pupils.
Which one? Jet's the green guy.
Jeb or Jet?
Jet. Jet.
All right, Jet.
Like an
Jet. Aircraft.
Since he's the pilot. He's got a weird one eye with 2 green pupils. There's no bridge in the middle.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so he is an alien.
All right, that's why I was thrown. Okay, yeah. Cool. And like you said, Tailless is a cat.
Yeah.
Did you decide to make him tailless because you didn't want to take the extra time to draw a tail in every?
Right. All right. This is a bit of a funny story. So when I came up with him years ago, right, in college, obviously I spelled his name wrong for a start. I put a hyphen in the middle for some reason, like Spider-Man.
Okay.
That was a genuine mistake that I just carried on. And when I first created him, the idea was he was going to be the only one without the tail, and they were all going to be animals. So they'd call him Tailless as an insult.
Okay.
But then I progressed to today, and none of them have tails, so that name is a bit redundant. But the problem is I tried to come up with something else for him, and every other name I come up with, even if they're really good, just sounds wrong to me. So, and if I try spelling it without the hyphen as well, it just looks wrong to me. So Tailless with a hyphen, he's stuck with that.
Okay. Good deal. Sign up to receive exclusive signed Tailless merch. So you sign up and then you back the book when it goes live, and then you have Oh, all right. Never mind. You back the book, and then you get tailless merch, and it's signed. You mentioned different types of merch. Is it going to be a surprise as to what the specific merch is?
Currently, it's a surprise. Since this is early days, you have to thank Mark for making me create a sign-up page, because I wasn't even thinking about it. And then he said, if you want to launch in the summer, you better start a sign-up page now. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I got on it. But as of yet, I haven't looked into the obviously the manufacturing costs of all this merch. It will be done. This is a relatively low budget Indiegogo release, so there will definitely be some good merch on this. Whatever it turns out to be, I will announce eventually, and whatever it is, it will be signed, because I think that's an extra little. I always love it when I get something signed from creators.
Yeah, me too. And it's a very good idea to have a pre-launch page, because you start building your email list. When you launched the pre-launch page, did you also like reach out to all the people, your previous customers at your eBay store, and let them know, hey, check out this project I've got going on. I'm doing a crowdfunded book, to try and get them to join the sign-up list as well?
Yeah, so a lot of them are already in the CGUK group.
Oh.
So I've got quite a few customers overseas in the States as well. I've got one in Canada, a few in the United States itself. So they all know about it through my Instagram or my Twitter. So everyone watching can find me. I'm at Aria Blackness on all social media. So I've been posting everything there, and currently making the rounds on these YouTube circuits, trying to get the word out.
Nice, nice. It's just as well, without the hyphen, it would look like it sounds like a Klingon name. Tailless. Yeah. Let's watch this preview trailer here.
Oh, let's watch the trailer.
Yeah. What?
There we go. It's just a little teaser.
Oh my gosh, that is a little teaser.
Yeah. That's a video made by Graphic Ghost. You can find him on Instagram, 3D animator. Just a little teaser. When we get closer to the launch, I'll have a new video up telling you a bit more about this campaign, and then we'll have a new video for the campaign as well.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because personally speaking, that was too short for me.
Yeah, we'll have something up with me explaining this whole thing a bit more succinctly on there. But like I said, this was I put this page up quickly just to get started doing the rounds. You know, better start now than too late.
And have you already laid out how you're going to set up your campaign? Because isn't this going to be your first Indiegogo?
This is my first Indiegogo, yeah.
All right. Have you already explored and researched how you're going to do your campaign? Are you going to do 2 30-day rounds of funding and then go in demand? Are you going to do 160 round of funding and then go in demand?
Right. So between those two options, I'm not sure yet. We will be going for 60 days total. We'll go for the long run and then go in demand. So definitely go in demand, because of the way the workflow has turned out for this book, regardless of funding, it's going to get made. So I'll have the book on hand at all times to sell on in demand.
Does that mean also that you plan on doing, I mean, you'll probably hit the goal, but do you plan on doing a flexible goal or a fixed goal?
Unsure yet. We'll Early days. We'll figure that out. We'll let everyone know
Okay.
by the time. Right.
All right. Now, I know some people do the 60 days of funding before going in demand. What was your reasoning behind
Well,
leaning towards that as opposed to 230s?
well, I'm, a new creator, relatively unknown. So the way I see it, more time for people to find out about the book, the better.
Okay.
We're gonna be showing this book every day up until the release.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So another thing with this book is it's going to be, and make sure it's one of the more affordable ComicsGate campaigns out there. Certainly easy for me to do since I'm the only person working on this book, and most of the content was made anyway before I even had the idea to do the Indiegogo. So very low cost of production for this book, and so yeah, it's gonna be one of the more affordable ones. I'm gonna try and keep the postage down. Costs are minimal on this, so it's very easy access for people to get into this character and start their adventures with Taylor.
So it's mostly already done. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of putting it all together, adding the behind the scenes, and when you hit the stretch goal, you'll do a 7th mini comic.
Yeah.
Roughly, how long do you anticipate it taking to complete the 7th mini comic?
So we'll be launching in July probably. So that's roughly 6 months from now. When the campaign launches, we'll have 60 days to fund it, and then as soon as that time is up, we should be shipping. The book should be ready to go.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
The reason I was asking about the differences between the types of funding, 60-day round versus 230 days, is because some in CG have noticed there's kind of a trend to a certain extent. You can take advantage of like peaks and valleys of traffic. So if you do 230s, then you got the pre-launch, then you start with the first 30. You get some initial interest at the beginning, and then it starts to taper down, and then it spikes up near the end of the first 30.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of playing on the, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
FOMO. And then you get another little spike on the start of the second 30 days of funding, and then tapers down, and then you get another spike as you come to a close, and then you get more interest when you go in demand.
Yeah, and that may very well be the way this campaign goes down. So obviously, I'm new to this. I'm going to take any advice anyone can give me. So that sounds like the way to me. To be honest, it could very well go that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You don't have to take my word for it, but it's just one of those things that I've seen a lot of people do. And do you have an idea what you are going to list as your funding goal, or is that like a secret?
Not yet. The goal is obviously going to depend on the manufacturing cost for this book, so manufacturing costs plus postage costs, those are going to be the only fees for this book. Obviously, since most of this work is already created, I don't really need to worry about creating a crazy profit on this. So this is going to be one of the more affordable comics, and the goal is going to be pretty low. So long as we hit that, we're going to get that 7th mini comic, that important mini comic. It's going to be easy to do, easy to get into this book, easy to get into Taylor's.
Cool, very cool. And you were talking about merch. You mentioned stickers, badges. Yeah. Do you say prints?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of prints, bookmarks.
Probably sketch cards.
Yeah, there
Or
is.
trading cards.
Yeah, we'll be doing a sketch tier, definitely. I've done a few sketch cover comics, and potentially, depending on costs, of course, variant covers. I've got some cool ideas.
Oh, cool.
So maybe variant covers from some artists that CG doesn't really know about.
Nice. Have you considered, like, when the 7th mini comic is made, have you considered adding a tier where you can a backer can be drawn in, one or more backers can be
That's a
drawn
good
into
idea.
the story?
That's a good idea. Yeah, we can 100% do that. We can add some crazy tiers like that.
There are some people typically do it one of two ways. Either you do a drawing tier for the existing campaign and you get added in before it goes to print. And then there are other campaigns where you back it for the current campaign, but you don't get added and drawn in until the
Next one.
next book.
Yeah.
So, two different ways to look at it.
We can do that. We can obviously the 7th mini comic is the only comic that is dependent on a goal is the 7th mini comic. Providing we hit that, we can launch all sorts of tiers like this draw yourself into the comic. That's a good idea. I like that. On top of that, I was thinking about doing original artwork tiers. So I have the entire tier list artwork collection, obviously. So I'm gonna put some cool pieces up there.
You're a traditional artist, so what is your preferred medium?
So my process, I'll go on the computer first on Photoshop and do a sketch. I'll then on my light box, go over that in pencil and then ink it. So I'll have the traditional inked pages and then take it back into Photoshop to do the colors and letters.
Cool. So you probably are going to have original art tiers in the campaign.
Yeah.
Very cool. When you are doing the inking and stuff, is it on like 11 by 17 Bristol board?
Yeah, the traditional, traditional comic book ways, 11 by 17 Bristol board, and then just ink pens and non-photo blue pencil.
And you said that each of these 6 issues are mini comics, and they average about 8 pages.
Yeah, so 4 of the 6 are going to be 8 pages. Issue 1 was a 6-pager, and then there's a bonus crossover comic, which is going to be a 4-pager.
Oh, all right. And it's all combined in one volume for this campaign.
One deluxe edition.
Are you looking for it to be a floppy that's stapled, or are you going for perfect bound?
It will. I want to go for perfect bound. This is going to look great on your bookshelf. It's going to be one nice collected deluxe edition. What we will include in there is all the covers to the floppies. So you will read it. The book will read from book 1 through to book 7 in order of creation. So what you're going to see is each cover followed by the book, and you'll be able to see the evolution of the artwork from the first comic, and you'll see the whole learning process until issue 7.
All right. Cool. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you had some stuff you also wanted to share today?
Yeah. Just some extra images I can show you from. Let me share my screen with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go. So I'm just going to show you some of the artwork from the book.
Now, when you bring it back into the computer, when you bring the inked pages back into the computer, are you using like Photoshop or you Clip Studio?
So I use Photoshop for pretty much everything. Yeah. So like I said, artwork starts out as a sketch on Photoshop. Then I create the original artwork on the physical media, and then I'll color in Photoshop. So you're going to see an evolution through these of not only the traditional drawing, but also the color and the digital work. So I'll show you these images in order because they go in order of the books that are currently out as well. So we've got the first mini comic here, some pages from that, where you'll notice each book, Taylor is fighting a new bad guy or a new set of bad guys. So in this first comic, he's fighting this trio of bad guys with the leader split in the middle, the green Taylor's clone with 3 eyes and 2 mouths and 3 tongues. So he's the main bad guy in this. You see some of the artwork. Skip along. We've got this page from the second mini comic. If I can just show this in there. Probably. So this is the opening page from the second mini comic in which Taylor and Jet are facing off against the gunslinger, who is a 8-foot tall space cowboy who can change his arms into all sorts of dangerous knives and guns.
Welcome, Phoenix Animation. Hey, homies.
Just another page from that same second mini comic. So we see here Taylor's main gadget is his gun, which is a small space pistol, but he's got a little button on it. He presses the button and his gun can turn into any gadget he needs for any particular task.
Oh, okay. All right. Like a multi-function ray gun.
Yeah. This is from the third mini comic now, where they face off against my parody of the Incredible Hulk, the Abominable Yeti. What you're going to see through the comics as well is a change of outfits. They just like Batman action figures, they change their outfit depending on the situation. So they're in this snow outfits here. And then here's a splash page from that book. Bit of action. So yeah, when I include original art tiers, there will be pages like this, double splash pages, which are going to look excellent in frames to go on your wall. Quite big artworks.
Cool.
Got some more to show you. Let's see how far we get there. Here's another splash page. This is from the latest mini comic.
I like the fire effects.
Yeah, so this one, they're fighting against a bounty hunter who is one of the only characters who is going to remain canon after this book. So you're going to want to read this story in particular. And then, like I said, with the changing costumes, in this book, Taylor is naked, no costume, armed with nothing but his trusty pistol and a pair of tidy whities. So yeah, so let me show you a couple more pictures. So like I said, this was the first image of Taylor's, the earliest image of Taylor's that I have. So literally, this is the second time I ever drew him. First time got binned in that maths exam. This is the earliest rendition of Taylor's. And then, remember earlier when I told you one of the mini comics is going to be a crossover comic?
Right.
So it's going to be a crossover comic with not Daredevil, the current big name in ComicsGate. And here's a little teaser for that artwork.
Oh my gosh.
So what you see in there was my earliest drawing of Taylor's and my latest drawing of Taylor's. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit.
A crossover.
Taylor's and not Daredevil. They're going to be in a 4-page crossover mini comic. It's going to be written by Call Me Mark, illustrated by myself.
Okay.
So yeah, not only is this a crossover between Taylor and not Daredevil, you're going to see as many other CGUK characters as I can physically cram into the background of these pages. This is going to be the biggest CG crossover comic, even though it's only 4 pages.
That's pretty neat to do a crossover.
So yeah. Well, something this book is going to shine at is how often do you get a collection, an artist collection, this in depth? Once in a blue moon, probably. You're going to see in this collected edition absolutely everything. This is a complete, absolute edition, unlike any other. The closest thing in ComicsGate to this is the Cyberfrog warts and all book, but even that, I guarantee you, will not be as in depth for the character as this Taylor's Collected Edition. You're going to see everything from 8 years ago when I first created the character, all the way through its development into its current ComicsGate iteration.
Yeah, I really dig the behind the scenes stuff. Whenever a creator includes that kind of stuff in their book, it's pretty cool. Nice. If you haven't already, everyone, please get on the sign up list for the pre-launch of Taylor, The Adventures of Taylor, for sure. Cool.
How are we doing in the chat?
Everyone's kind of gone quiet.
I'm quiet now. Well, it had its moments.
It's pretty cool, though.
Thank you.
And you are going live roughly in the summer, around June, July?
Yeah, so the book will be launched probably early July, late June. So 6 months' time from now, approximately, and then we'll be live for approximately 60 days after that.
So when you were fulfilling through eBay, how were you doing your shipping? What were you using? Were you using Royal Mail?
Yeah, Royal Mail. I was doing everything myself. So if you order through eBay, you were getting the 100% custom treatment, basically. I was making the mailing boxes, making the products go inside them. So I had really good large letter size mailing boxes, really strong and sturdy. They weren't Gemini mailers, but they were the next best thing. I'd fill them, I put a layer of bubble wrap on them, and then I'd wrap all the comics, not only in bags and boards, but they'd be wrapped together in blue wrap tissue paper to avoid them moving around inside the box. And then all the merch laid flat on top of them. Every customer received their book top quality. I had no complaints.
Nice. It's good to have that attention to quality for sure. Very cool. I'm digging it. Unlockable 7th mini comic.
That's the one I really want to get working on.
Have you decided where you're doing your where you're going to launch? Where you're going to go live?
We'll see. I'll chuck it in the CG chat. See where we can go live. I need to get on the biggest platform, and then. But obviously, I'm not going to stay there. When I go live, the day after that, I'm going to be doing the rounds all over again, getting the word out for this book.
Yeah, you definitely want to get on as many shows as you can.
We're definitely going to do a special stream for the Teen Titans when this book launches. I know we'll probably do the same thing when Jim's book launches, Doomsday Kingdom. Go find that on Indiegogo. So yeah, I'm going to shill this book like crazy every chance I get.
Yeah, definitely. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You got to get your name out there. And it makes sense to go on as big a channel as you can. I mean, Commie Mark's getting up there.
Mark's doing great. He is so close to cracking that monetization mark.
Absolutely.
So everyone head on over to Mark's channel. Let's get him over that line.
Yeah, sub to Mark if you haven't already.
Each one of us that breaks a new barrier leads the way for the next guy, you know. So if one of us succeeds, eventually the next guy will succeed, and the next one, and the next one, so on. So, like I said, us CG juniors, we're following the footsteps of Charlie's London, Mark, those lot. So
yeah. Charlie's London has a pretty good audience and channel as well. She got monetized really quick.
yeah,
All things considered. So that was pretty exciting. And after the CGUK Juniors or Teen Titans, you'll have the CGUK Muppet Babies. You guys. So that's all pretty exciting. And either those would be good channels to launch from, either Mark or Charlie's London.
Yeah. I'd like to do a big launch show on, you know, when they do the big CGUK shows. We'll see what happens.
That would be cool.
We'll do something cool.
Similarly, I think you would also do well on Mandy Summers. And,
I'd love to go on Mandy's channel.
And Red Valkyrie.
Yeah. I'll have to shoot a message.
I don't know if you're familiar with Red Valkyries, but Shay, part of the duo of Red Valkyrie, whenever they have a guest on, she does a cosplay of one of the characters of the book.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
By that, yeah.
Can you imagine her dressing as Tailless?
Should have to find some big ears for that.
That would be interesting. Speaking of Red Valkyrie, have you thought about, in terms of merch, doing a patch?
Patch?
Yeah,
that's a good idea. I'd love to do that. I'm into the whole. I used to have a jacket with patches that I got from Comic Cons all over it. Like I had X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Elvis, Kiss, a bunch of music ones, and then that's disappeared. But like, I'd love that. I'd love to get a Taylor's patch. Perhaps the lightning bolt he's got on his forehead.
Like Yep. Balzette says big ears are easy to find nowadays.
So when I was on the last stream with the CGUK lot, someone in the chat asked me if this was a furry comic. And the answer to that is no, you dirty bastard. But to all the furries out there, you're gonna love it.
Good answer. Oh my gosh. So this sounds like a good campaign, definitely. Looking forward to it going live. And let me see. I am going to give you the floor. Please share with the world how you can be found on social media.
Right, so you find me on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube in particular, at Aria_Blackness. Alternatively, if you're looking for my campaign, go on Indiegogo, search for Tailless. That's Tailless with a hyphen between the tail and the less. You'll find it pops up straight away. Or go onto my Twitter, Instagram, at AriaBlackness, and you'll find a link to my Indiegogo page. Go sign up now. You will receive free exclusive signed merch with your backing of my campaign. And yeah, join Tailless on his adventures in outer space.
Nice. Bowser said, I didn't say it long. So you can find me in the usual places, Facebook and YouTube under WyzGyz Entertainment. Twitch under WyzGyz Twitches. Twitter under WyzGyz Tweets. Parlay under WyzGyz Parlays if it still exists or if it survives. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications and indicate all notifications. So hopefully you get notified when there's a new video or a new stream. And Getting on the sign up list, I dropped the link several times in chat to the Adventures of Tailless in Outer Space. Getting on the pre-launch, you'll get, as he mentioned, signed exclusive merch. And this campaign's coming up, going live in the summer of 2021. Thank you to everyone in chat. You guys are so cool. I appreciate all your support and for hanging with us and learning about all these awesome new projects on ComicsGate. I want to thank everyone who watches this on replay. And most of all, of course, thank you to our very special guest, Aria Black.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed streaming with you today. Thank you.
Oh, likewise. Closing out.
The chat. You guys are great tonight.
Take it easy, guys.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.